Alright, so this is day 2, I guess, of working on my son's truck. Just to recap, 2008 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 4.7 liter flex fuel engine. We got to it's got low oil pressure. Try to replace the oil pickup tube, O-ring, replace the oil pickup tube. This engine was built, or I built this engine, tore it down, rebuilt it. So it's got a lot of new parts and stuff like that in it, and new bearings, seals, gaskets. I mean, crazy. Can't hold oil pressure. It did at one point and then just lost it all. So we're tearing it down to put a new oil pump in. Oil pump brand is Melling. Wasn't all that expensive. But just to recap, also what I've done, tore the whole front section of the truck off. All the external accessories are off of it. Harmonic balancer is now off of it. Sorry, wearing a not so appropriate shirt for videos, I guess, but I'll show you what I've done so far as soon as I figure out how to flip this over. Bam, there we go. So this is everything off of the engine. The other day we were looking at getting that harmonic balancer off, pulled the water pump off, all the accessories are off of it. Just kind of put stuff up out of the way. Also, this has a brand new transmission oil cooler. You don't have to fully disconnect the power steering pump. The lines, you just kind of move it out of the way. The power steering cooler's right there. And you can leave the AC condenser in. I know that when I go to I guess I'll have to take the truck to a shop to get the AC or not the evac, but vacuumed, have them recharge it. I think around here it's like $100 some odd. It's not too terrible, but trying to do this, show you guys that it can be done with like not so specialty tools. I do have a lot of specialty tools, but let me flip this back around so you can see my pretty face. But we'll go over to my truck where I keep all my tools, because like I said, I'm a mobile mechanic. Travel around, go places, fix people's cars for them. And let's see if I can find my puller that I used to get that harmonic balancer off. So I couldn't find my other ones, which at Harbor Freight they got a set for I think I walked out of the store paying like $21 or something. But I used this puller to, let's go around front. See if I can get this to read, but this puller with the fingers pointed out, I know that they sell specialty ones specifically for these harmonic balancers. Oh. One second, let me see if I can. I'm gonna pull point this facing out. I'll show you what I did. So there's a harmonic balancer, right? And with on the car, these things will want to flop down, but literally you take the hooks that are facing out, you know, away from the center, and kind of like hook it around the lip, and you'll have to hold it. And I put a socket in between the screw or bolt, whatever you want to call it. I don't really know all the technical terms, so like I said before, do what I do, but do it at your own risk, kind of thing. You know, if you want to spend the money to get the specialty one that actually like you know, like I was showing you, use that to hook around the backside. Really didn't take much force to get it off, especially with this one being, I don't know if you can see it, with this one being, there we go, keyed. Not that bad. It'll just slide on, and then you'll torque down the harmonic balancer bolt to whatever spec you got. But they've got a specialty one that uses like this hook, like a finger, and it actually hooks onto the back side and pulls it that way. But nobody had like those for sale around here. I didn't really want to wait for, like, you know, buying one from Amazon, where 9 times out of 10 sometimes, or 9 times out of 10 they're cheap made, especially if you get the real cheap ones. But we'll put this back down here, you know, kind of like underneath the truck. I'll clean all that stuff up. But I might have to get a look. Even with this seal being new, I think when you nicked it putting it in, I could be wrong. Something happened there. What in the world? I don't know if that was from install or not, to be honest. We'll go ahead and get one of those. I'll probably get a new, this uses a timing covered gasket. Probably go ahead and get one of those too. There's probably some other seals that we'll get, but let's start off with we'll get the rest of this timing cover off, and then we'll check how the chains are. The chains are brand new, along with the tensioners and the chain guides too. All that stuff is brand new. But I'll get y'all set up real quick, put y'all in the crack of this. This is where y'all sat in the first video, just right in there, pointing at the engine. I'll take you guys like that. But also a reminder, so that way you're not losing track of your bolts. Put your bolts back in their spots if you can, you know, making sure that they're not in the way of, you know, taking off what you need to. Like, you'll also pull that bolt, which that's a big one that's tied into the engine block back here. You know, especially on this timing cover, because a lot of these bolts are going to be, you know, long, short, long, short, long, short, 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 long, maybe somewhere around there. And another thing to keep in mind is don't lose or break oh, I forget what they're called. Yeah, don't lose or break those. We'll get started and pull this off. Nope, it's definitely not a... All these are the same size. I don't remember if they are. Oh. What? There's one that was loose. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Let's get this. Also, I'm kind of still salty about what happened in the last video. I went to take the AC condenser that sits right here. Let's see. Try and move you up a little bit. There we go. Sort of. Sits right here. Part of it does. And undid this bolt. Undid that bolt. And it's got a... got a top bolt right here. Undid that one and went to pop it off with a screwdriver, and it fell, and I had a bucket of coolant sitting right there on the ground, and it just flopped into it. Luckily I have another one that goes to this truck. It was given to me by the previous owner of this said engine. So we'll see. Torqued all of these when I put this on initially. And then we gotta do that one. I don't remember what size it is, but we'll torque everything properly when we put everything back together. Don't you worry. I don't need people freaking out on me because I didn't torque anything. Everything's got specific torque specs. I know that. I have booklets. I have a booklet for this thing. A booklet for a lot of stuff. And also, I'm here to show that you can do just about anything with hand tools. Of course, it takes a little bit of time, a little bit more time, but to be honest, I mean, I do have those, like a battery-powered impact. You know, I even have air tools, but it just takes a lot. And plus, you gotta worry about an air compressor kicking on and off and in your videos. I mean, you might hear, there might be a couple videos or a few videos Actually, I'll say in the future you might hear stuff like that. But as of right now, I'm just gonna use my hand tools because it's easiest. Or what I have readily available, to be honest. Oh, there she blows more coolant. I am going to be draining the oil, so if coolant gets in the oil, it's not a big deal. We'll clean it all up. Get it all cleaned up. That way we don't have to worry about. See, I don't know. Oh, so like, yeah, you gotta remember, you got long bolts and short bolts. I mean, if you can't leave them in the cover, a great thing to do, you know, a piece of cardboard, stick these in the cardboard, like poke them through and mark, you know, kind of give it the same route of the bolts and everything. Did y'all see that? The same route of the bolts. Mark them if you got to. Do whatever, so that way you're not mixing bolts and trying to figure out where everything goes. If you can, leave it. This is only suggestions, not, you know, this is how it needs to be done. I'm not an ASE certified mechanic or anything like that. I just work on stuff and own a mobile business because I feel like it's the right thing to do. Besides that, I've been doing this a long time, so and the gasket looks like it's still in good shape. It's not crushed or broken. Actually, do we have to? No, we don't. Oh, cool. Okay, well, I mean, that's how that goes on. Also, I think this is called the bed plate. You know, this is, if you can see what I'm showing you, this right here, it's like a two-piece block, kind of, something similar to that. You know, this lower section right here is where it bolts in from underneath, and it holds your crankshaft to the block. That's where all your crankshaft bearings are at. Okay, so what's next? This, what the? Oh, snap. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good. I don't know what happened, but that is definitely not good. That is a broken bolt. And this was torqued right. All this stuff was torqued right. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this was a new bolt too, because I think this bolt came with all of this stuff. I think. I don't know. I don't really remember. Some beach somewhere. Well, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. God. Oh, dang it. See, like I was saying, all this stuff, all the timing, chains, everything. Brand spanking new, dude. I can't believe that bolt broke. Some beach, man. Some beach. Well, I guess let's pull the timing covers. Or not timing covers, but valve covers again. And get all the timing chains disassembled, and I guess we'll get after it again. This truck has definitely given me a run for my money. Much money as we've dumped into this truck, might have been able to buy a donor truck that had a Hemi or something. Could have swapped the Hemi into this, and it being two-wheel drive and everything. Probably would have been a lot easier. Don't have a front diff and all that to worry about. Dag nabbit, man. Also, this engine is the dual fire engine. Which means it's got 2 spark plugs per cylinder. a little overkill for what I need, but maybe a little too much for, there we go. Just gotta get this off this injector. Get that off of there. Oh, my wife and children are home. I'll be back.